everybody. Welcome back to Underground Pulse, undergroundpulse.net. I'm Jeremy J.
I'm Chili.
And I'm Big Amish.
And we're chilling here with Matt from Like a Storm. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How are you guys?
Dude,
Doing
you
great.
killed it on stage.
Solid sick. Thank you. That was awesome. Coming from someone who's Amish, that means a lot. Thank you.
Last time we saw you guys played a full acoustic set.
Yeah.
And this is completely different.
It's a bit louder.
It's a bit louder. It's a bit heavier. It's
a bit
more
awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, thank you.
This is the first time I've even seen you as a full band.
Wow.
So, and you blew me away.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh my gosh. Not only did you do your cover of
Gangsta's
Paradise, but you also did an AC/DC cover.
Yeah, we're big fans.
Which oh my gosh, I didn't even know you were gonna do. Yeah. Or you did.
What made you guys pick TNT?
We love TNT and we're from New Zealand, so they come from that part of the world. And actually the first time any of us ever did it, Chris did it with the guys in Puddle of Mud.
Right.
He got invited out, we were out on tour with Shinedown and Puddle of Mud and Skillet, and Wes invited Chris, our singer, up to do TNT with them. And it was just like such an awesome song, and so we kind of came up with our own version, a sort of a Like a Storm type version. And then it's kind of become a staple of the set, so we love it, man.
Yeah, you guys should definitely get that one recorded as well.
We thought about it,
And
yeah,
then
thank you.
I think I heard that the intro to Wish You Well was your idea.
Wish You Hell, yeah.
Wish You Hell, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
That's okay. It's funny because we had, all three of us write, my brothers and I, we all write songs, and sometimes you come up with a complete song, sometimes you come up with, the music or the lyrics just kind of floating around. And we had this line, Wish You Hell, which we thought was like such an awesome, like a good riddance to someone who'd screwed you over,
Yeah.
And so we just had this kind of sitting as an idea for a song. And Chris had a guitar riff that's basically the heavy riff of that song. And it was Kent who did a version of it that was kind of like, sort of almost like a blues, when he did a version of it that was slightly different. And when we heard that, we thought that, I'm just going to pass you random things right here.
That's what I'm for.
When we heard that, we were like, this has such like a Delta blues vibe, and Wish You Hell sounds a lot like a Delta blues kind of song now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like a 30s Memphis blues song
Very
called
dirty.
Wish You Hell.
That slide guitar just adds it so much more to
Oh,
it.
thanks.
You guys are getting some more American style in your music.
Yeah, well, we've spent a lot of time up here now, and we've always loved blues, but we've spent so much time in the South and in Chicago, where blues originated. And we thought it would just be so much fun to do like a blues hard rock song. But the what sounds like the old black guy singing at the start of it, that's me. That
That's what
I
I
heard
heard.
that music and I just kind of started singing something over it. And I just recorded it almost so I didn't forget it. And that was what we used. So I was sort of channeling my inner Samuel L. Jackson or something.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Man.
Alright, so we know that you guys, you're all brothers and things like that. You threesome, but, not threesome that way, but hey.
We're not that kind of family. We're close, but we have our limits.
Not that close.
And you guys have your friend on drums.
Zach, yeah.
Tell us about it.
Well, we've known Zach for quite a few years. He's like a family friend. And he lives in LA, and every time we'd go to LA, if we had time off, we'd always go around to his house and jam with him. And so when this tour came up, it was like the perfect opportunity for us all to play together, and he's been killing it. So
Yeah, obviously.
it's been awesome.
He was a good addition.
Yeah, thank you. He's a rad dude.
So is he just a fill-in, or what's keeping you guys from getting a permanent drummer?
We're just not looking for a permanent drummer right now. We've had a lot of different touring drummers, and they've all been awesome. And it's been great having Zach out. He's an amazing drummer. So yeah,
Box of chocolate.
it's been great. Yeah, exactly.
Do you guys send him music? Or whoever drummer you use, do you send the music to get ready? Or how does that
Yeah,
work?
we do. Well, so when we're writing music, both Kent, my brother who plays bass, and me, we both started out as drummers. So when we're writing our songs, we write all the drum parts. And on our record, we had Roy play on them. And then for live, we have Zach playing with us now. And so we come up with the drum parts, and then the guys record them, and then for Zach, who's out playing live with us, we send him the songs and the drum parts separately, and then he learns them up.
Wow.
So you're basically just being like, hey, here you go. You better know these songs by the time we come here, or how do you guys?
Well, it's kind of a miracle of technology. Now you can Skype, and
Practice.
you can rehearse. You can rehearse at Skype.
Is that what you guys do?
That's what we do for the drums. The three of us, we jammed together, and we've also, I guess, because we wrote and recorded the songs together, by the time it comes to playing them live, they're kind of entrenched,
Right.
But yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right, so I have to ask, you guys have to be the most festive band I've ever met. You make the Halloween masks and the Christmas ornaments and the ugly sweaters, which is...
Oh, we're so
Yeah.
amazing. So
Why did you
amazing.
guys embrace those things?
I mean, I guess, it's part of being creative, I guess. There's always opportunities to do fun things, if it's musically, like putting didgeridoo in a song, or writing kind of a Delta blues hard rock hybrid. And then with all of our merchandise, it's always fun, and all of our new stuff was actually designed by Kent. So Kent designed all the ugly sweaters, he designed all the new t-shirts that we have, and he's a really talented graphic designer, so
Obviously.
it's been really cool. Yeah.
When you order those styles of merch, especially like the other ugly sweaters, do you just get small orders so that you sell out of them, or do you order quite in abundance? Do you sell
We
well?
have quite a lot. We actually, to be honest, we actually sell out of everything that we ever
that's great.
carry, which is pretty amazing.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We're very lucky. We have a lot of really amazing fans, and we've met a lot of new fans on the tours this year. So we carry a lot, and it moves pretty quickly. So.
Great.
Listen. Nope, I lost it.
Oh, okay, fine. I got it. How do holidays, since you guys are so festive, how do holidays differ in New Zealand, and do you miss them while you're here?
A lot of the holidays are the same. Obviously, we have Christmas. The difference being that in New Zealand, Christmas is in the summer. Which sounds weird if you're used to a white Christmas, but if you think about combining like a really nice sunny day with a family holiday, it's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And the other thing that's really cool about New Zealand is that where we have our summer holidays also falls on Christmas and New Year's. So New Year's in New Zealand is a huge summer thing, and all of these tiny beach towns fill up with people. And so New Year's is like a time to go and hang out with your mates on the beach, and it's quite different to here, but that's one of the things that is really cool about that, Otherwise, most of the holidays are the same. We don't have Thanksgiving, obviously, because Thanksgiving's an American holiday, but we have celebrated that a lot up here. So,
You enjoy the food?
I do. Any excuse to eat and drink with friends is great with me.
Great. So then, did you guys pretty much stay here during your winter season?
Yeah, we've kind of swung it so we get 2 summers a year,
Oh man.
which is very lucky. We do, to be honest, we catch the winter either side, in December we'll still be here, and then we'll come back in February, so we'll catch the snow then.
Right.
But yeah, it's the way it's worked out. We get to be here for the summer, and then we go home to New Zealand for January, which is our summer down there. So,
So last time we saw you, you were here in April in Kansas City.
Yeah.
So have you been in the U.S. since
yeah,
April?
we've been out on tour solidly since March.
How do you handle that? How do you deal with
Coffee.
being away from home?
Coffee.
How do you not go crazy?
We've gotten used to it now. It's kind of like this is why we left New Zealand. We left New Zealand so that we could play every night and tour and tour with all these bands that we love. And that's exactly what's happened. So it's tiring, but it's amazing. So coffee helps. We go to Starbucks probably 3 times a day.
What's your usual drink?
I get a tall Americano, which is like espresso coffee and hot water. Yeah. With milk. I drink that a lot.
Next time you see him, he's gonna expect coffee now.
Oh no, I'll actually bring you guys some coffee.
That's nice of you, man.
So other
Get
than
some Kansas
coffee,
City barbecue in you too.
Oh, no, that's good stuff.
yeah. So other than coffee, what do you do on the road to keep yourself sane?
Well, to be honest, the reward is playing music. So there's a lot of stuff that you do that comes with the territory. You do a lot of driving. obviously you don't sleep a whole lot,
Right.
and you have certain nights when you can live it up and party, but you can't do that every night and expect to tour 11 months a year. So, you know, a lot of it's just really enjoying playing music on stage, which is, I mean, it's incredible, man. Like tonight's show, amazing. That's all the fulfillment you need. And then you get to hang out and meet a lot of people. You know, you get to hang out with, you know, the guys in Drowning Pool. This is the second time we've toured with them. You become great mates with them. A lot of bands we've toured with are people who I grew up idolizing. You know, Mark Tremonti from Creed and Alter Bridge was one of my all-time guitar heroes. And you get to hang out and become friends with them. And so I think the trade-off to the lifestyle is you get to have all these experiences that you never dreamed possible.
Yeah. So what's the music scene like in New Zealand?
It's good. I mean, there's a lot of super talented people in New Zealand. The thing for a rock band is that rock music is all about playing live. It's all about touring. And with New Zealand being as small as it is, there just isn't really the tour circuit there. So in New Zealand, if you went at the height of tour season, which would be in the summer, you could probably tour for 2 weeks and go right around, you know, you'd hit the big cities and you'd hit all the kind of party towns, but that would be it.
Wow.
Here we've toured for 11 months and a lot of places we haven't been back to, you know, twice. So New Zealand is awesome, but it's just a much smaller scene, and as a result, there isn't as much of a rock scene down there.
Yeah. Is it safe to say that rock is kind of in a position in New Zealand as it is in America right now?
I think rock has become kind of a niche market, but on the other hand, one of the amazing things about the States is that there are so many people here that a niche can be huge.
Right.
You know, there are rock bands selling out arenas, and we've been
Thank God.
very lucky to be part of a lot of those shows. We're just about to head up with Steel Panther, and those shows are like, you know, I think 4,000 people each.
Crazy.
So, I mean, rock is still very much alive. And in the States and Europe in particular, because there's so many more people, you played at great shows. So, yeah.
I was actually going to ask you. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say with Steel Panther, they're like a '80s cover hair band.
Yeah.
Amazing nonetheless.
Amazing. How do you guys think you fit in with that kind of tour?
What we have here.
Exactly.
No, you know, we got to catch those guys when they played in LA a couple of years ago. And I mean, they're funny as hell.
Oh.
And their whole like 80s hairband shtick I think is amazing. But above and beyond that, they're like legitimately amazing musicians. They're incredible musicians. So I'm really looking forward to it, man. I mean, I would watch their show every night anyway.
Yeah.
But to be on tour with them will be amazing. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Not only do I think your sound's gonna go over well, but your AC/DC cover. Oh my God.
Thank you.
Those people are gonna eat that up.
I think maybe people might think from far away that we're Steel Panther, except that we're not joking.
right. Exactly.
Right on. Well, you guys have a new album coming out next year.
We do next February. Yeah.
Awaken the Fires. They haven't released it yet?
February 24th.
Get out. It's the day before my birthday.
Well, we tried to sync it up, so.
No, I'm so glad.
Present.
You guys are going to have to come to Kansas City and play for it.
I'm sure we will, man. We love playing down there. We really
Oh
do.
my gosh. I'm really excited about that now.
I also remember seeing you guys, I think it was in Iowa, I'm probably wrong, you guys gave away a didgeridoo.
Yeah.
How many of those things do you guys have on hand with you?
We have a lot. You know, we have kind of like a merch depot in Seattle, which is where our online store is based. We have a ton of didgeridoos here. And we also have a trailer full of them. So we have a lot. I mean, Chris alone has 6 different ones, different tunings. We have a friend, he's a very talented artist, a guy called Brian Levitt, and he does all of our stage art, but he airbrushes all these digits for Chris. So Chris has one that has like, you know, photorealistic flames coming out of it, and it's kind of like it's cool to take something that's so different and then put our own twist on it.
Very nice.
So when we get back over, you're going to teach me how to play one, right?
Well, I'm not, because I haven't figured that out myself. If you ask Chris, I'm sure he can give you some pointers.
Oh my gosh, so what made you think, hey, we need to add this sound to our music?
You know, we kind of grew up playing any instrument we could get our hands on. You know, Kent and I both play drums, and we all play piano, and Chris learned how to play the didge one summer. Our grandparents used to live in Australia, and so every summer we used to go to Australia. And one summer Chris bought a didgeridoo. He kind of fell in love with the sound of it, and he taught himself how to play it in 3 days, which is nothing compared to how long. It's an incredibly hard instrument to play. And he also learned how to circular breathe, which is the real trick to it. So he can play didge indefinitely. And once he started doing that, you know, we were like, man, that's such a cool sound. You know, we should try and incorporate that into our music. The first way we did that is when we moved up to North America and no one knew who we were. Anyone who's played in bars knows that if someone doesn't know you, they're going to talk through your set. It's just what happens, you know, while you're building up a fan base. But if we started the show with didgeridoo, everybody shut up.
What is that?
Yeah, everyone,
What's that
the
sound?
whole room would just go quiet. And so we started doing it as the intro to our set. And then when we made our first record, we thought it would be cool to write a song, like an instrumental track around the didgeridoo, which is how we start the show now. When we got to our second record, we thought, okay, well, you know, where can we take the didge that hasn't been taken before? And we thought we had this song, Love the Way You Hate Me, and we had this middle section that we were kind of working on, and we thought, you know what, it'd be so awesome if we could somehow work the didgeridoo in with this kind of Tool prog metal thing we were doing. And we had no idea if it would work or not. But when we started recording it, we're like, dude, this is the combination of this like 60,000-year-old instrument with this sort of prog metal thing sounded so cool that we had to keep it, and we never imagined for a second that anyone would play it on the radio. But they have, which has been amazing. And so there's a lot of songs on Awaken the Fire, our new record, where we use the didge even more, not like a special feature, but like it's part of the band.
Very nice.
That's awesome.
My
Bask
take on
in
when
the
I saw
glory.
it played live, when I saw you guys do that part live, being, you know, the first time I've seen the whole band,
Yeah.
it was almost like a funky drum and bass with replacing with the didgeridoo. I really dug it.
Thanks. Yeah, it's like a,
You really dig
it's
it.
like
I
the
dig it.
you digit.
I did.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's a really fun part to play live because the guitar and bass play off one another, and then it's essentially a drum solo underneath.
Yeah.
And the didge is what ties it all together, and the didge really pushed it in a direction that we didn't expect, and it was just such a cool combination of things that we were like, man, we got to do this as much as we can.
I like that.
Great.
So tonight, I know it's the last day of tour for a lot of you,
Yeah.
but during a Breach the Silence's set, you guys brought out these tote tops that said a bunch of sheep shaggers on it. So do tell.
Well, okay, so a breach of silence, their acronym is ABOS. And last night at tour, you know, you've got to punk one another, and especially because those guys are Aussies, there's such a friendly rivalry, you know. I mean, the reality is New Zealand culture and Australian culture are basically identical. So if we meet any Australians up here, you just get on like a house on fire. And so it was like a fun way to twist the acronym of their name. And there's an ongoing joke between Australians and New Zealanders. They both accuse the other of being sheep shaggers. And so it was Kent who was like, dude, ABOS, a bunch of sheep shaggers. So it was too good to pass up. And last night at tour was the perfect night to do it.
It was great.
Brilliant.
We got a
I
couple
love it.
pictures of it.
I love it.
Oh man. So we're actually really huge fans of like Australian and New Zealand music. We actually went and talked to 12 Fit Ninja not too long
Yeah,
ago.
those guys are awesome.
Do you guys have any plans to tour together? Because that would be amazing.
I'd love to. You know, 12 Foot Ninja is one of those bands that we've toured and you sort of like orbit one another, you know? We get somewhere either just after they've been there or just before they're about to be there.
You just cross paths a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, so we've never actually been in the same place at the same time, but I think their music's rad and it'd be awesome to play with them. Yeah.
That would be a
Now-
killer show to see you guys on.
Right?
It'd be fun.
Now,
Wink,
what-
wink.
Right, cinema. A lot of things we've heard from Australian bands is that Australia right now is not in a rock a cycle. So right now we're hearing that they're tearing down venues left and right kind of
Yeah.
thing. Now is New Zealand in the same kind of cycle?
I think the thing is about Australia and New Zealand is because Australia is a much bigger market than New Zealand, but even so, I think music is cyclical. What the music that's popular at the time just sort of changes every 5 years or so, and so when rock music was the biggest genre on earth, then every venue wanted rock bands, in New Zealand and Australia and up here. And now that rock is kind of in sort of a niche cycle right now, America still has the population to support that, but Australia and New Zealand doesn't as much. So that's kind of why you see a lot of venues that, when AC/DC, INXS, Midnight Oil, all these Aussie bands who really, exploded. There was a huge pub rock touring circuit in Australia. And that was because rock music was the biggest music on earth. And now that other kinds of music are more popular right now, that's why those venues are moving away from rock. But it's a cycle. So rock will come back again, and it always does.
Oh, yeah. In excess, you can't be old enough.
Trust me, you can't grow up in New Zealand and not... New Zealanders listen to so much Australian music. There's so many good bands.
Billy, do you know who INXS is?
Yes.
You can't avoid it, man. Their music is all over classic rock radio.
I'd ask.
You'd be surprised what I know, damn it.
So I have to ask you as a person, we kind of touched on how, you're touring and you're meeting people that you used to idolize.
Yeah.
So is there still anybody out there that you would get starstruck over?
Oh, for sure. It's hard to think who, because we've been lucky. I got to meet and hang out with Maynard from Tool and the guys from Creed and Brandon Boyd from Incubus. A lot of guys that I grew up really idolizing. But there's, the guys from Linkin Park, for example. If I met them, I wouldn't be able to string a sentence together. And what's funny is, I like to think that I can start conversations with people, and you get a lot of practice at making conversations with people out on the road because you're constantly meeting new people. When I met Brandon Boyd from Incubus, I had this idea that I was going to be able to strike up conversation like I normally would, and I tapped him on the shoulder, and he turned around, and I just went blank. Absolutely blank.
Did you remember your name?
I remembered my name. That was about the one thing. And I managed to mumble something about coming from New Zealand and being a big fan.
Aww.
And it's funny because I've met other people and I have been able to, joke with them and stuff. The way that in your head you're like, oh yeah, we're gonna become mates. But with Brandon Boyd, I had nothing.
That's cool. That's hilarious.
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
Oh, that's great. Now, one more question, just your personal opinion. If you guys could tour with anybody right now, who would it be?
I don't know. One band I'd love to tour with, I love their music, and I got to meet them when we played a festival together, is Nothing More.
Yeah! We love those guys.
Yeah. But they're rad dudes,
Yeah, they're killing it.
and I love their music. So that would be it. In terms of a new band, that would be one that I'd love to play with.
Oh my God, Like a Storm and Nothing More.
With 12 Foot Ninja.
We have to make this happen. All right, we're gonna start crowdfunding right now, okay? And we're gonna get back to you on that.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. Well, again, you have Awaken the Fire coming out in February. Are you guys gonna be releasing another single before the album actually comes out?
No, we'll have Wish You Hell out, then we have another single after that. But Wish You Hell is still, it's amazing. It just cracked the top 50, which for a band from New Zealand is incredible.
Congratulations.
So, thank you. We're really excited about
Which
that.
you guys did so well. I love the way you hate me.
Thank
now
you.
you're breaking it through with the second song.
It's surreal, man. It is the most insane feeling. I think it would be insane even if you were American,
Yeah.
But for us, you come from the other side of the planet. We moved to the States. We didn't know anybody. And now, it's what was crazy is we realized it's our third consecutive top 50 single. So the 3 singles we've released in the States, all 3 of them have broken the top 50, which is amazing. Thank you. It's unbelievable. So we can't really believe it, and we're really thankful and grateful to everyone who supported us. We really are.
Well, dude, congratulations again.
Thank you.
We're looking forward to watching you guys grow and continue to just nail it. Literally.
Thank you.
Yeah, back at that Creed show with it, you had a man, just me and my buddy were just like, you guys started. I was just fucking starstruck, man. It was actually really caught my attention, fucking badass. And I was like, I gotta hold on to these guys, man. They're gonna explode.
Thanks,
Boom,
brother.
look at us
That
now.
means a lot, man. Thank you.
All right, dude. Well, let's get you back on stage for the last song.
Hell
Drowning
yeah,
Pool.
the last song of the tour. I've got to be up there.
All right. Thank you so much for talking
Thank
with us.
you guys. Thank you so much.